So I was watching the Elimination Chamber earlier, and well, the big crate opened up. So for those of you unaware, for the weeks leading up to the Elimination Chamber on Raw, Adam Pearce was backstage and saw there was this big crate that was there. And on the crate it said, "Do not open until 28th of February." And he was like, "What's up with this crate?" And the delivery guy was like, "I don't know. It just said to deliver it here, and to give it to you." It was like, "Well, what's the deal with it? What's in it?" "I don't know." And the crate said, "Do not open until 28th February." Well, I'll guess I'll just shunt it over to what's this? I'll shunt it over to SmackDown. Let them deal with it. Then it goes to SmackDown. Same deal. What's in this crate? Like, I don't know. It just Adam Beer said to just give it to you. On the crate said, "Do not open until Elimination Chamber." It's like, oh well. Back and forth this crate goes, ping pong on Raw and SmackDown. And so finally, at Elimination Chamber, I think it was after the women's match, right? Yeah. After the women's match, I think it was after the women's Intercontinental title match as well. After the women's elimination chamber too. So after all that, finally, Adam Pearce and Nigel. I want to say, oh no, not Nigel McGuinness. Nigel McGuinness is over at AEW. Who's this dude? Nick Aldis. Yes, Nick Aldis. My mistake. Nick Aldis comes out. So Nigel McGuinness and Nick Aldis, all right, they both come out with crowbars and they crack open the crate. The crate. Inside the crate is a coffin. Like, that's very strange. And they both just leave. They both just shrug their shoulders and leave. They're like, huh, a coffin. Oh well. And then they leave. Like, they don't want to look inside. Even Adam Pearce has this moment where he looks at, he looks at dude and he's like, "You wanna?" And then dude is like, and just leaves. They both just go their separate ways. And then the crate opens like that Aleister Black entrance type creaks to it, like, and inside is none other than a bunch of women looking like Elvira, Mistress of Evil, but oh, not just any old women who look like Elvira, Mistress of Evil. Women with face paint. Face paint that is that of none other than Danhausen. That's right, y'all. It's Danhausen. Danhausen was in the crate. Danhausen is making the debut. It's Danhausen. Wow. Just wow, that's I mean I liked it. I kid you not, I liked it. Personally, I liked it. It's the IWC people that were like, really? All this build up and that's what we get? Danhausen? Like, I don't get you people. Like, you IWC guys. Most of you people watch AEW. Most of you guys liked Danhausen in AEW. Most of them liked him because of his funny shit he did on the indies. Then when he got in the ring over in AEW, you liked him there. When he was cursing people over there, you liked him there. And now he's in WWE, you're like, Danhausen, I don't know, man. This is kind of ridiculous. Like, did y'all forget who? Isn't that kind of the whole vibe? Like, it's a little silly, but like, it was a big fucking crate. What did you think was? What were you expecting to come out of the big ass crates? It's a huge crate that said, "Do not open until Elimination Chamber." Clearly, someone was gonna pop out of there. What did you think was gonna pop out of there? The Rock? Were you expecting Seth Rollins to climb out of the crate? Maybe you were expecting Chris Jericho to bust out of a big wooden crate. Like, what? It's a ridiculous concept. I mean, yeah, I'll give it to Jim Cornette. He was right. Anybody who pops out of a big crate is gonna get a huge pop when they do. Like, yeah, but it's not just the simple thing of stick a guy in a crate and then let him bust out of the crate and that's that. Like, no. There has to be a genuine intrigue and interest into what's in the damn crate. What's up with this crate that's over here? Like, and you have to build and you have to remind people that the crate is out here and remind them that, at some point it will open, and when it does, we will find out what was inside all this time. I mean, look at Chainsaw Charlie. That's how he debuted, and it worked back then. Another instance of big crate that shows that it doesn't always work was, well, I kind of don't like to think about this because it's kind of, with the benefit of hindsight and what we know now about concussions, it's pretty horrible to watch back. But yeah, I can't originate. And Mortis, he was Mortis in WCW. I remember that he was Mortis in WCW, but I don't remember Chris Canyon. Yes, Chris Canyon jumped out of a crate and well, he sang with the Undertaker, and the Undertaker clonked him across the head with the big steel chair. And with what we know now about concussions, I don't mean like a gimmicked steel chair or a safe, bump with the chair like they do now with the dude that's time to put his hands up. I mean, he just hit him a sickening noise when that chair hit. And like, yeah, also when he came out of that crate, he was not over. The crowd did not pop. And not to mention, he wasn't just coming out of the crate. He was coming back from injury to come out of that crate. And that was his big return to come out of that crate, dressed like Boy George and singing for The Undertaker. And it's just like, just because he came out of the crate doesn't mean he's over. Hey, it is what it is. Unpleasantness to one side, and as crazy as this may sound, that was as good a way to debut Danhausen as any. What would you have done? Had him just randomly rock up on an episode of Raw or SmackDown? Just, oh hey, there's Danhausen. Like, have him be one of the masked men. Like, I don't know, pull some AEW collision stuff where someone goes underneath to get a table and it like jams. Then they pull really hard and the table slides out to real. It's Danhausen. But all those things could work, but there's this one thing. They all come with an element of, but why? And that's why this crate bit works so good, you don't really question, but why though? You don't see someone bust out of a crate and think, but why? And if you do, you're watching the show wrong. But it's neither here nor there. You people got no reason to be mad. Y'all love Danhausen in AEW. Y'all got no business getting mad at him now just because he's in the WWE. That's what I got to say on that. It's just the bias is real around here. And it's one-sided too. WWE fans don't hate a wrestler when they see him show up in AEW. When Edge showed up in AEW, people didn't just start shitting on him all of a sudden like, oh man, this guy's whack now. He's over in AEW. When Ricky Starks showed up in NXT, people didn't boo because he was an AEW guy before this. When Powerhouse Hobbs, I'm not calling him that new name they gave you. That is the most generic creator wrestler name they could have given him. When he showed up, he got cheered. People were like, yeah, Powerhouse Hobbs is in WWE. And when, now that Danhausen's here, what's the deal with some of you people online? You're like, man, this is terrible. Old Uncle Dave was like, this is, what are they going to have him do? Wrestle every week? Well, yeah, I would assume so. I mean, that's what you do with a wrestler. You hire them to do the job, not do the job, but do their job. You have them do their job, come in every week. Or, if you really want to be smart about it, you could have them do like a special attraction type thing. Obviously, he's not going to be R-Truth 2.0. They already got R-Truth. He's going to do funny stuff now and then. He's going to do whimsical things now and then, because it's what he was doing in AEW. It's what he was doing even on the indies. And, it works. He's got a proven track record that the stuff does work. So, what more do you want? It's freaking Danhausen, WWE. Be excited, you cynical pricks. Ugh. That's all I got to say on that one. Have the day you wish to have, and remember, we are who we are, no point arguing with ourselves or anybody else about it.